team probably did. And he was like, wow. He was probably thinking I was cocky, but I was being confident because I knew how I was able to share the story. So guys, here's what I want to tell you. You know, one of the number one things is you have to realize that the stories are what is going to recruit people into the business. Because what happens is, especially if you're new in this business, and this is what I've been talking to my team about and doing some personal mentoring. If you're new into this business, think about this. That person that you're talking to, their first thing that they always want to say is, Cecilia, well, what kind of success have you had? And that's like a brick wall to you. But it's not about you. The person who can edify that next person is going to win, because that's almost like you clapping for somebody else, and whatever it's time for them to clap back, they will. So what I mean by that is this. As I was talking to people in business, matter of fact, one of my business partners, Jason Stone, you know, I reached out to him and I write this down. The way you're going to start this off is you remind me so much of. Because then when I call these people, I don't care whose story it is, but in regards to Aaron Parker, I could be talking to somebody and I'm just going to look at one of the chats here and I'm going to see, matter of fact, let's just say it's Carlos Martinez. Let's just say Carlos, big ups to Carlos Martinez, 25K affiliate, woo woo, killing it right now. Okay, but listen, let's just say Carlos was one of my good guy friends. And I called Carlos up and I wanted to introduce him to the business. But what I would say is, you know what, Carlos, I'm super excited that I got you on the phone today because you know what? You remind me so much of one of my business partners, Aaron Parker. Do you know who Aaron Parker is? Of course, Carlos is going to say no. I'm like, man, Aaron Parker is an absolute rock star. And you remind me so much of him because you know why? He's a father just like you. And the crazy part is only a year ago, him and his wife, Kathy, found themselves in a moment of time where financially they weren't making it. You know, it got to the point that they were in between jobs. And Carlos, I'm going to tell you, it got so bad that they had to, you know, start seeking public assistance to be able to support their kids. And I know how hard life is for you right now. And before you get to that point, I wanted to share the story with you. Because what's so amazing is Aaron said yes to this company. And let me just tell you, in like 6 months, he became a six-figure earner. He's a 100K affiliate. And you know what, Carlos? I know you don't know what that means. He's getting ready to go 250K affiliate. But what that means is he's a multi-six-figure earner in this business. So, Carlos, the only reason why I'm calling you is because you reminded me so much of him. And if this can work for him, I'm most certain that it can work for you. So will you do me a favor as my friend, Carlos? We're having an opportunity Zoom with the Power Team tonight at 9 o'clock. All I want you to do is get on. Listen to Aaron's story. Give me your honest opinion and let me know what you think about this business. But you remind me just like the rock star that he is. And you know what, Carlos? I really believe that this business is going to be an opportunity for you to change your life. Let's go ahead with Celie Smith. Talk to one of my girlfriends who have kids whose kid might have an ailment. You remind me so much of Celie J. Smith. Do you know who that is? No, I don't know who that is. Well, listen, she was looking for a product to be able to give a remedy to her child because he was having electronic tremors of the brain. You guys catch what I'm saying. And she tried many different products and she had an allergic reaction to the one and she stumbled across this product from HempWorks. Not only did it change her son's life, but it changed her financial future. I know what you're dealing with the ailments of your kid. And all I'm saying is when she looked into this business, she decided to share this product around the world and she became a six-figure earner. You remind me so much of Megan Shudard. You remind me so much of Ron Deering. You remind me so much of. Because when you tell somebody that no matter what deep, dark, depressive moment they are in, you remind me of this person that's on a higher level. So that's saying, hey, I want to pick you up and put you on a pedestal with Aaron Parker. I want to tell you how you look just like him. And if he could do it, you can do it. So, you know, a lot of the ways that I was able to get people to look at the business was you remind me so much of. But while I was in the business, I made sure that I focused on the stories. Because, again, facts tell, stories sell. I'm going to tell you, one of my good friends, Pam, suffers from celiac disease. So guess whose story I told her about? And she's in the military. You remind me so much of Janice Weigel. Do you know who that is? Listen, she stumbled across this product because she was looking for some remedies for her celiac disease. Not only was it able to help her, but she decided to start a business with this product and boom, and then just start telling her story. But you know, a lot of the times you don't have to sell them the business, you sell them the story. Because here's what I did understand in this industry. Number one, people do not like to be sold, but they love to buy. So if I can't sell you my product, I'm going to sell you the story. So by default, you're going to turn around and either buy into the business or buy into the product. So Aaron, if you don't mind, I want to move forward with a couple other little things, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely, guys. The comments are blowing up right here. I mean, that is so powerful. And I'm going to be like really humble myself because, I've had more success with My Daily Choice and HempWorks than I've ever had in my entire life.
Mindset. And when you start looking at the mindset of the business, you have to understand the only one who can save you is you. Okay? Aaron can want this so bad for you, but he can't save you with it. Because if you take one step, Aaron will take two. But then you also have to understand the only one holding you back is you. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell you a couple little stories because what I do know, and for anybody who's on here watching, and some of them will be my team who stumble across the video, what I know is in HempWorks, in My Daily Choice, you can make excuses or you can make money. But I promise you, you're not going to make both. So what you have to do is you have to understand to eliminate your excuses. You have to turn around and build your mindset. Tonight, I'm going to talk a little bit about mindset, and then I'm going to talk about strategy. But what I had to realize in this business, Aaron, is who cares where I was? What matters is where I plan to go. I could sit back and say, I could not see success in this business. And I'm going to be really real with you guys right now. I could sit back and say, Candace, you can't go and be successful in this business because you're the girl who grew up on the wrong side of the tracks. You're the girl who lived in a single family household. Your mom had 4 kids, 2 baby daddies, worked 2 jobs and still got public assistance to take care of you. You're that girl who when everything was counting you down, everybody also counted you out. You're that same girl who out of 3 years out of your youth life, you dealt with your daddy laying on top of you. So you weren't designed to win. Catch that, guys. Real story. You can also be the girl who says the excuse that my sister was murdered at 21, so I can't go out and be successful. I got to go do something else. My brother was murdered at the age of 35. My nephew OD'd at the age of 21. There's going to be things that you're going to find excuses as to why you don't need success, why you can't go get success. But you can't allow those excuses to win because what I do know is this. All of those are reasons for you to lay down, no matter what it is that you went through. But you need to look at those and identify those as tombstones. And you need to be prepared to turn them into stepping stones. Those are every single niche in your history, in your past, what went on, what hurt you. All of that is designed to help you. And it's designed to push you to greatness. But what happens is you start doubting yourself and you start believing that you weren't designed to win. You start believing that you weren't created for greatness, but you were. So I know that was a little bit of mindset talk, but here's what I want you guys to understand. Until you know why, your how to do this is not going to matter. Until you know why you need HempWorks and the business to work, the strategies that Aaron and Kathy teach you aren't even going to matter. It doesn't matter. They could talk to you about strategies until you're blue in the face. But until you decide why you need this to work, the how Power Team gives you is not even going to matter. So tonight, I want you to write 2 columns on your paper. 1 through 5 on the left, 1 through 5 on the right. Here's why. What I tell people is you need to have 5 things that push you to want success and 5 things that pull you. And I got to take my coat off. I'm getting myself a little warm over here. You guys got me fired up tonight. So here's with the 5 things, 5 things that push, 5 things that pull. The 5 that push you. I never want my mom to have to be in the winter again and get her gas cut off and sit in 20-degree weather for 3 days, which means I need money. 100 feet underground. He was on rescue missions. When the ceilings would collapse, he's pulling out hurt miners, dead miners, all this stuff. I never want that phone call to be it was my miner at that time. So give yourself 5 reasons that push you to success. You got to get out of where you're at. You don't want that to happen, but then you also need 5 things that pull you. Your first year in network marketing, it talks about how this business is a roller coaster ride. You have ups, you have downs, you have way, way downs. But until you can identify exactly what you want on them down days when you feel like just throwing in the towel and giving up, you're looking at the fact that you need to be able to pay for your child to do this, or you need to be able to pay for this bill. And that's going to give you the drive and the determination to keep going, because I'm going to be honest with you. This industry can be a nasty industry. And if you don't have the right mindset, and if you don't understand why you're in it, you're going to give up. You're going to give up like Aaron trained about in Phoenix, 3 feet from gold. You'll be 3 feet from striking gold and you'll give up because you don't know why you're here and why you're doing it. So you got to understand your why. Now, as I move forward, in regards to building the business and understanding my why, then we go into the how. But before we even go into the how, here's what I want you guys to understand. And I want you guys to write this down on your notebook. Sacrifice. You know why you want to do this business now. But let me be honest with you. What are you willing to give up to go up? Are you willing to give up empire so you could build your empire? And it's so crazy because, a lot of people will say, hey, Candace, the industry looks really, really good. I just don't have time. When will you ever have time? And it's so crazy. And I wrote this down and I figured this out. Aaron, a lot of people will say that's their number one excuse. I don't have time to do that. Well, I want you guys to write these numbers down. There's 168 hours in a week. Out of the 168 hours, let's just say your 9 to 5 makes you commit 50 of them, 50 hours a week for work. That leaves you 118 hours a week. Now, Aaron is a gym rat. So he goes to the gym maybe an hour a day, we'll say, 7 days a week. So we got 118 hours minus his 7 hours in the gym a week. That gives him 111 hours. Out of 111 hours, let's say Aaron gets a full night's sleep of 8 hours a night, 7 nights a week. That's 56 hours a week. When we do that math, guys, there is still 55 hours left in the work week. And you're going to sit here and tell me that you don't have time to build a legacy for your family? You're going to sit here and tell me that you would rather give, and forgive me for saying this because I was a corporate employee, but you would rather give more time to your 9 to 5 than building your 5 to 9. I hope you catch that. It's crazy because Aaron and Kathy will do these power trainings, but do you show up for them? Do you take notes for them? Because it's one thing for somebody of his stature to speak to you, but then if you write it down and don't take action, it means absolutely nothing. But the crazy thing is, my mindset in my 9 to 5 was, I was there an hour early on Monday morning because I had to be at my Monday morning meeting. I had to be at this meeting. I had to be at that meeting. I had to go to this training. I had to go to that orientation to build something that ended up slamming the door in my face. But if you do that same type of commitment with a fraction of the hours, your legacy will never slam the door in your face. But are you willing to build it? Are you willing to grind for it? Are you willing to sacrifice for it? You don't always have to go out to Working Women's Wednesday. Why don't you treat Working Women's Wednesday in your own home? Why don't you pour yourself a drink, open up your computer, jump on a training, and start implementing some of the strategies that he gives? Because I told you I watched every single one of his training videos. I knew a lot about this business before I even said yes to this business. So they're giving you he gave you the GPS. You got the vehicle, HempWorks, which is like a Bugatti, one of the most expensive cars in the world because it's the best business in the world. Then Aaron and Kathy turn around and in your Bugatti, they put the GPS in there, which is your power team trainings. But will you turn on the GPS to get the directions to success? Because you see, what you have to realize is a mentor like Aaron can take you every place that he has been already. He's this, one of the other things outside of sacrifice. And, to be honest with you, when I joined HempWorks, Aaron, my sacrifice, and guys, I recommend everybody who has kids in a family, you do this. April 1st starts off the second quarter of the year. Championship season. But you got to understand, you can't win the championship with your practice squad. So you got to get your practice squad ready. You got to sit down with your husband, sit down with your kids, take them to Red Lobster, Chili's, Applebee's, and have a real talk with them. For the next 90 days starting April 1st. There's going to be some things that I'm not going to be able to do. There's going to be some movies that I miss, some games that I don't get to go to. Let them know what you're doing. My 17-year-old, I'm not even going to lie, Aaron, my 17-year-old comes in from school every day, kisses me on the forehead. Did you hit your 100K yet? Because he knows at the end of 100K, he's going on vacation. So he's kissing me on the head, asking me, no, I didn't hit it yet, baby. Okay, go ahead and go back to work, Mom. Do what you got to do. And I kind of like, no, we are going to family dinner tonight. He's like, no, I need you to hit 100K. But is, you know, a lot of people don't realize this, Aaron, but there is power in your tongue. There's a such thing called the power of I am. And what I do, and I'm giving you guys my own strategy, I speak daily affirmations to myself, daily, because I could be sitting here and say, you know, I'm never going to go 100K affiliate. This isn't going to work. I could sit there and say it because you guys are probably sitting there saying it to yourself. But, you know, I speak my daily affirmations, and I'm going to say them to you real quick and let you guys see what I talk about. But, you know, and I got to memorize. I will hear the voice of the Holy Spirit within. I will lead and not follow. I will create and not destroy. I am a force for good. I defy the odds. I set new standards. I'm the head and not the tail. I'm above and not beneath. I'm the lender and not the borrower. I'm loved by God, chosen by God, and protected by God. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against me in judgment shall be condemned. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm humble. I'm wealthy. I'm strong. I will never be broke another day in my life. I will live the fullness of life and all that He has for me. I will grow multiple legs of international business. I'm looking for those that are looking for me. I am a money magnet, and successful people are looking to join my business every single day. I'm building multiple legs of seven-figure businesses that will create legacies around the world. And I know that whenever I do that, I'm already putting it out in the universe, and all that can happen is the universe can give it to you in return. Number one. Number two, I'm going to show you another thing, and I know this is completely off topic, but I believe in the power of your words. My team does gratitude statements on a daily basis. And it says, I'm happy and grateful now that I am earning $50,000 a week at HempWorks. Why do I do that? Because when I joined my prior company, I would write, I am happy and grateful now that I'm earning six-figure income. Boom, hit six figures. I'm happy and grateful now that I'm earning $250,000. Boom, hit that. I'm happy and grateful now that I did a half. Hit it. Happy and grateful now that I'm seven figures. Hit it. Because it's something like the book, Aaron, The Secret. You have to make room for it, right? So I'm making room for it, and I'm already letting the universe know what I want. So, okay, let's get back to where we're going, because I told you I was going to go way left field on it. Forgive me. You know, write this down, guys, because one of the things that I do know is numbers don't lie, but people do. So, you know, one of the things that we're doing is we write 3 boxes on a piece of paper. And don't write the boxes big enough to write words in it. These boxes are big enough to write numbers. And I'm going to draw it out how simple it is. 3 boxes. 3 boxes. That's it. Small little boxes, okay? And here's what these 3 boxes stand for. Because you're going to find yourself making excuses all the time. But before you even start to make an excuse, here's what you need to know. You got to know your numbers, because numbers don't lie, but you do. The first box, how many people did you peak today? The second box, how many people literally watched the whole presentation? The last box, how many people did you close? And if you call Aaron up with a complaint and he says to you, what's your numbers? Don't be surprised if he hangs up the phone on you when you said, well, I talked to 2 people today.
So let me just repeat that. So meaning just connecting, reaching out, making contact?
Correct. So just people that you've actually talked to about the business or the product. So you actually had a business or product conversation with them. You piqued their interest, whether it was, you know, you found them in a group because they're in, let's just say, a PTSD group. And I'm not even going to go into any claims, but we already know what a product can do for some PTSD. So let's just say you connected with them and you shared some value about the product or the business. That's your peak. You got them interested, inquiring, inquisitive, because let's be honest with you, curiosity kills the cat. So that's your curiosity box. How many people got curious about what you got? The next box, how many people did you actually get to show a product, video, or a presentation video too, where you literally piqued them so well that you offered to send them to a video, invite them to a call, and they literally watched it. At the end, how many converted to customers or affiliates? Pre-enrollees don't count. Because to be honest with you, if it's free, it's for me. Matter of fact, if it's free, I'll take 3. Everybody will do something for free. We want to talk about how many did you actually close? Because at the end of the day, the close is what pays your bills. The pre-enrollees, it's great to get them in the system because by default, and I love the system. I use the system like, if you're not using the system, man, you're taking on too much of a workload because that system will do a lot of the work for you. But peak, show, close.
And if they were to put peak and show, because you pique their interest, they're interested, of course they're going to pre-enroll, so that's part of the process. Next is they're watching a presentation, so that's the second one. And then finally is the close, how many customers and or affiliates. And would you also put a sample in the close column, or where would you put a sample?
I haven't really put the samples in the close column, but I probably should. Only because you still lock them in as a preferred customer. They still have the ability to be able to upgrade. So we can go ahead and include the sample pack in the close. Because we're still closing them into the business. They still paid for something.
Right. They still had to open their wallet, pay something, so you still at least made a close. Wow. So this is something people are keeping track of on a daily basis. So maybe every day at the end of the day, you should have 3 numbers. It may be 10, 5, 0, 10, 5, 1, 10, 5, 2, 20, 5.